How do pilots rate Leicester's airport? I'm not talking about the one at East Midlands, okay? Leicester's airport. The one, you go up London Road, travel south up London Road, and then you veer off to the left, and within sort of 10-15 minutes out the city centre, you're there. Well, you're about to find the answer to this question that I'm setting, because the Leicestershire Aero Club, with nearly 450, over 450 members, they are the heart and soul of what happens at Leicester's airport, and they've been going now for 103 years. Now, I'm using my couple of weeks here on this programme, sitting in for Ben Jackson in the afternoons, to revisit some of the local locations around Leicester and Leicestershire, which I want to see again, meeting the people who make them work, going behind the scenes. Now, as I discovered earlier today, Leicester Airport is, it's a busy flying school. It's also a business hub, with not only small planes, but also a growing fleet of helicopters. Well, in front of me is an aircraft either just being put through some kind of test routine or is preparing to fly off. In front of me, the runways, another aircraft has just landed, and this blocky white building with the glass structure on the top and the satellite dish must be doubling up as a control tower and the reception for the Aero Club. So let's see who we can find inside. Well, I'm in one of the offices here, and I've just bumped into a fella, Graham Elliot. Now, you're from Hertfordshire. What brings you to Leicester Airport today?
Well, today we brought the Jet Ranger helicopter up as it's based here online for commercial work, and also whilst I'm here, I'm going to take advantage of the chief pilot's facilities to take my annual licence proficiency check, which we have to do annually to ensure that we're safe in the air.
And just give me your overall impression. I mean, how for someone who's not been here before, how would you rate Leicester Airport? What's it look like from there? What's it feel like when you're on the ground?
Friendly is the word I'd like to use. It's a friendly airfield. It's always been known as a friendly to aviators airfield, particularly the general aviation community. You can come here, you can have good sandwich and a cup of tea. People are friendly, they say good morning to you. And it's just a cut above from the rest of the more commercial airfields that we fly into.
You were just saying before I switched the microphone on, this place does hold some memories for you. You had to do one of your first sort of qualifying flights here, didn't you? That involved Leicester?
That's correct. That was back in the old days when in order to qualify as a pilot, one had to do a cross-country flight to a recognised airfield, whereby you would land, have your logbook signed off by the air traffic controller. He would then tell your instructor that you're now airborne back to your home base. And the home base in those days was Cranfield in Bedfordshire. And it was quite an easy cross-country flight. It was from Cranfield in Bedford to Leicester, which is perfectly due north, and then turn around and go back again after having a cup of tea at Leicester back to Cranfield. It was quite easy to do. So you found Leicester Airport all right, did you? Well, I got a little bit mixed up with the East Midlands on the way up when I saw the big jets there, but I was a fledgling pilot at the time and not fully qualified. And it's a bit daunting when you see East Midlands and looking for this little airfield, and then you get closer and then you recognise that there are two airfields. It would be quite surprising to all in sundry if I landed at East Midlands with a small helicopter. That would have been a bit of fun. I don't think I would have passed the test. But needless to say, here I am, 20-odd years later. Well, we've just come out of the building now. We're now going up some metal stairs. So you get very wet if it was pouring with rain. And this is the very top of the white blocky building, the bit with all the glass around it. And it is the tower. Binoculars, maps, a telephone, a loud hailer, and a very, very comfortable leather chair at the back. And Matt Clark is acting airport manager. There's even an aroma about this tower building, this tower room, isn't there?
Yes, it's been around for 1,000 years. The Leicestershire Aero Club started in 1909. This gentleman here, Ivan Court, will give you more of the history. I'm sort of modern history.
Yes. This is a place where we come to worship aviation on a regular basis, and it means the world to us, I think, because this is where we learnt to fly, most of us, and over the period of the last 28 years, I've been flying here, and it is part of my life.
if you will, Mac, let's do a 360-degree sweep and let's do an overview for people who are listening to us right now.
You've got a triangulation of 3 runways, the longest one being 1028. That will take fairly large aircraft. We've even had small jets come in. You've got 2204 and 3315, which runs across the front of the clubhouse. In addition to that, you've got 2 grass runways for the what we call the purists. They go in Osters and this sort of things, and tail draggers mainly.
Sarah Bowen is here from the heli centre that's just quite close to the control tower. Just before we look at this wonderful machine in front of us, explain what you guys do here at Leicester Airport. You're a relatively new addition, aren't you?
We've been here for a couple of years, but previously we were over at Coventry for 10 years, and we offer private and professional pilot training, as well as helicopter pilot scholarships and commercial operations here at the airport.
Can I just say, how long have you been flying?
Personally, about 7 years.
Wow. What got you into... why flying, and why helicopters particularly?
It was a pure accident. My husband loved Airwolf, and I got him a trial lesson. I sat in the back, thought the instructor had a fabulous job, and went from there, really. And I've gone through all the qualifications, and now I'm chief flying instructor. Wow.
And, you know, what does Leicester Airport mean to you both, sort of on a personal and professional level? Because you mentioned there that you kind of shifted location from Coventry to Leicester. Is it good? Is it a good place to be for you guys?
Leicester's a fantastic location, offers all the facilities that we need to train students both through their private and professional courses. The airspace around the local area is very good, and it's a great place to be.
Just describe what's in front of us, this wonderful machine.
Okay, this is a Bell 206 Jet Ranger. Graham's about to do his annual proficiency check, and we're going to go out to do some general handling and emergencies in the local area. The machine's a turbine helicopter. It tends to be what we use for commercial air transport and utility work, so it's very popular in the industry, and it's a lovely machine to fly. Okay, Graham, so you ready for your annual check?
Yes, Sarah, thank you very much. I'm ready to go, and we can depart and get going.
Super job. Okay.
This is a Spitfire, as you probably recognise, but it's not a proper Spitfire. It's a plastic one. And used in the war, obviously, to fool the Germans that we'd actually got more aircraft than we actually had.
From a distance over there, from the control tower, it looks great. When you get closer, you can see, can't you?
That's right. But it did fool the Germans, thank goodness.
And that sits just outside a huge grey hangar. What's this?
This is our Millennium hangar. It was obviously built in the Millennium, and it houses a lot of the aircraft, not the club aircraft. All the aircraft in this hangar are owned by syndicates of the members. I'll just open the door. There we are. And as you come inside, you can see a number of aircraft, different shapes and sizes, ranging from the 2-seat Pit Special, which some people will call stunt planes, and sitting next to the red Pit Special is a Miles Falcon. It's the only one in the world.
But is this the domain of the rich alone, this sort of activity?
Absolutely not at all. Most of the aircraft, as I said as we walked in, are syndicated. And that's because they are very expensive pieces of machinery, but if you share it between 4 and 5 people, then the cost obviously comes down. But in my own experience, I give a lot of other things up so that I can fly aeroplanes, and that's how we afford flying them. We have bricklayers, electricians, as well as judges and surgeons who are members of the Aero Club. So we have the complete spectrum of society who operate and fly aeroplanes.
So you've got people who want to fly, and they're flying because they've got a business reason to do so, and you've got people who are flying for the pure love of being up in the air.
And I would say that with Leicestershire Aero Club, it's the latter is the most of the membership. People who just love flying aeroplanes.
Is that what keeps you involved?
Oh, absolutely. For the last 28 years. This is the Roundabout Hanger. And the reason it's called the Roundabout Hanger, it will manifest itself in one moment. It's because it's on a turntable. It's a wooden turntable on a steel frame. We keep 6 aircraft in here, and all you do is press the button and the aircraft moves around until it reaches the point where you can take it out.
So, as you just did that, I mean, it's quite a graceful speed, isn't it, really? But, necessarily so.
Yes, it takes 3 minutes for a full rotation, and it hasn't got any reversers, so we do find it a bit of a nuisance when we have to take ours all the way around. But nevertheless, it gives us time to think about the flight to come.
And which one of these is your baby?
The Falcon. Gosh. Yes, it's fully aerobatic and is driven by a 160 horsepower engine with a VP prop. VP is variable pitch, which means that it can go faster, actually, when it's up in the air.
What's your continuing hope for the future of Leicester Airport?
That we continue for the next 100 years, as we have for the past 100 years, and that we attract people to flying, as we have done over that period of time, and that we can continue to use our aeroplanes to enjoy ourselves.
I really enjoyed myself there. My visit to the Leicestershire Aero Club at Leicester Airport. Great to meet Ivan and Mac and all the other folks visiting as well.